Hey, it's Danielle and I'm here with another process video. Today I'm going to be using Felicity Jane's October That One Day kit, and I'm going to be scrapbooking this really cute picture of my little London on her first day of dance class. I've already kind of picked through the kit and picked out some papers that I thought would look good on this layout, and I'm ready to get started. So I know I want my photo just in the center of my layout, and I know I want there to be some layers behind that photo. Now, the kit comes with this really cute pink and white striped paper that is obviously perfect for this layout. That ballerina pink color goes perfect with her little dance outfit. And then I picked two other papers. I picked a white piece that has little black triangles, and then I'm using one of these cut apart 3x4 cards that has a yellow and white stripe. The yellow in this kit is sort of a pale yellow, and it's really cute. Now, I really like the floral paper that came in this month's kit. It is just super pretty and super girly, so perfect for this layout. I thought that I might layer a big piece of it behind my photo, but it just looked too busy. So I'm using this little cluster of flowers that came on the cut apart sheet that you see to the left of my layout there. And I'm really happy that I could get that on the layout. I think it just makes this layout more girly and more fun. Next, I pull out this pink doily and kind of work with it a little bit. I think that I want it on there, but the coloring just is a little bit off to me, and so I'm not quite sure if I want to use it. But I layer the flowers on top of it, and I bring out this little flare badge that I know I'm going to use, and I just try to think about it for a minute. I think that maybe it would look better if I did a white one, so I bring out this white doily and I try it out. But again, with that, it just doesn't feel right to me. Something about it just feels a little off. And so I end up just putting it to the side and then concentrate on getting my layers positioned just how I want them. I actually mess around with this quite a bit. I can't really decide where I want that triangle piece of paper. So I cut a lot of that out because it gets pretty boring. And I don't know if you can really tell, but that paper with the triangles on it, I actually took it over to my sewing machine and stitched on it a little bit. You can kind of see it when I turn it around here. You can see the white thread against that red stripe. But I did that just to add a little bit more texture to those layers, and I really like the way that looks. And I'm just using my tape runner to get all of these layers stuck down and in place so that they don't move around on me. I didn't really get enough tape on my photo, and so it's kind of moving around a little bit, but I just fuss with it until everything looks perfect, and then I move on to those doilies again. I really think that I want to use them, and I like the idea of using them on this girly layout. I just can't decide which one I want. But it was at this point that I decided maybe I would layer them. I would use both of them. And I make just a quick decision. I decide to not think any more about it, and so I just tape them down to the back of that photo, and I call it good. So now I can work on building up this little cluster that I'm putting to the left of my photo. I'm going to put those flowers down, and then I'm going to put this flare badge down, and I will eventually pull out some sequins and other things to add to my layout. There is this little tab that came on the cut apart sheet that says love, and then also there are those two hearts that I want to get put on this layout. One has stripes on it and the other one has polka dots, and they're really cute. I like that this layout is girly with the soft pink and the really girly flowers, but then has these touches of this like graphic black. I like the contrast of those two things and how they come together on this layout. So I decided that I want to get everything put in place, so I'm taking this really sticky red tape and I'm putting it on the back of my flare because I know that that will hold that down. And when I go to put it down, I get a little bit nervous. And so I decide to work on my title and get that in place and then see if I still want my flare on top of those flowers. Now I'm using these black letter stickers that came in last month's kit. I couldn't decide if I wanted to use the gold ones that came in this month's kit or these black ones, and I eventually just decided to do the black ones just because I liked how the little touches of black were looking on this layout, like I talked about before. And once I get everything in place, as far as the title goes, I get this little embellishment cluster glued down and in place. This kit came with some gold sequins, and I wanted to add that to this layout. So I'm putting a couple of them over by my flare. And then I noticed that next to the word ever, there's that little space there. And I thought it would be perfect just to take these little hearts that I have and tuck them into that little spot. And I think that that looks great. I really like that. And then I decide that this layout needs a little bit more sequins. So I pull the rest of my gold sequins that I have, and I debate about putting it up there by that love tab, and then do another batch of them down by these hearts. And I move them around the layout a little bit, and then I decide that I don't want any on the top of my layout. I just want a little cluster on the, I guess, the right side of my title, and then that little cluster on the left hand side, and I like the way that looks. So I stick a couple of them down above those hearts, and then I decide here that I want 3 on this other side. So I take one of the bigger ones, and I'm just going to tuck it right underneath that flare, just nestle it up in there, and I call that good. So I'm just looking over my layout now and thinking about what else I want to add to this layout and where I want to put my journaling, and just making sure everything is glued down and in place. And I decide that it's looking a little sort of plain. So I take some of these branding strips that I had sitting to the right of me, and I start to put them down on the left hand side of my layout. And I decide that I want to add a little bit more of that pretty pink striped paper. So I cut a little strip of that, and I'm just gonna have this line up here on the left hand side, and then I'm gonna layer this plus sign branding strip with that. And you'll see here that I even take a third branding strip. It's the one with little hearts on it, so cute. And I'm gonna stick that down in place as well. I think that I maybe want it on the bottom there, but then I decide I want it kind of towards the center, and I think at the time that it would be a good idea to make it just be opposite of that little cluster, and I guess that was as good a spot as any. So I did stitch, you probably can't tell, but I stitched down that heart branding strip, and now I'm just going to get some quick notes jotted down, and then I call this layout good. So I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. I would encourage you to head on over to the Felicity Jane blog. I will put the information down below. You can check out more pictures of this layout, and also check out what the other design team members are doing. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.